Hi there, I'm Brandon with Perks Espresso and Smoothies. Here today to show you all how to make a very simple pour over at home. I'm not going to get into things like pulse brewing or sage brewing for those of you who are into that. We're just going to do something that everybody can do at home during this time of pandemic. Something to make it easy and a delicious cup time after time. Before we begin, we'll need to gather some supplies to make sure we can do this successfully. Here's what you'll need: a Gooseneck Kettle, a scale or other measuring device, a V60 drip brewer or similar, a coffee you enjoy, preferably from Perks, and a sunny disposition. So, without further ado, here we go. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and zero out our scale. And we're gonna do about 23 grams for a 12-ounce cup. If you don't have a scale at home and you're not sure about the metric system, about 3 tablespoons of whole beans will do. I'm gonna go ahead and grind these beans and we'll be right back. Okay, so coffee is ground. We're looking for a particle size roughly like table salt. Fairly fine, but not too fine that it's like a powder, and kind of coarse, but not like kosher salt coarse for those of you who have that at home. So 23 grams, want to make sure that we don't have any retention, and we've got the same amount of grounds going in as out. Today, like I said, we're going to be making a V60 pour over, but the same principles apply whether you're doing a Kalita at home or any other type of basic pour over. I just happen to prefer this one because it's got these nice little rifled edges that lets it steep out the sides a little bit, so you have a little bit more of an even extraction. You don't get bottlenecked at the bottom either, so a little less immersion and more control. So I'm going to fold my filter down at the seam there, open up the tab, open it up again, and fold it one more time just so it stays. My next step is to take my kettle and rinse out my filter. While we use unbleached filters for a lot of reasons, we do sometimes get a little bit of paper pulp that's still in the filter, and we don't want that. So we're just gonna rinse through it, open up those pores a little bit, warm everything up so we're not pouring our warm coffee into a cold vessel. Dump that out, bring it back. And I'm gonna take my grounds and put that right in there. And we're gonna just make a little divot right in the middle. Okay, so with that little divot right in the middle, I'm gonna pour a little bit to start what's called the bloom. So if your coffee's fresh enough, you'll have a little bit of a swelling up and then right back down. I've been enjoying quarantine for a few weeks now, and my coffee's not as fresh as I would like, but it's still delicious. So we're just let it sit there for a second, maybe 20 or so, 30 seconds depending on the coffee, and let it soak through. Water, by the way, we want to go ahead and get it to a boil, and then we're going to wait a few seconds before we start pouring. If you have a digital thermometer kettle, then all the better for you. We find about 205 works great for most coffees. Everybody's different. Some people like 201. And I'm just pouring slowly in a nice clockwise motion, bringing it up to the top for a consistent pour. My goal with the V60, when I'm just doing it for home, and even for guests, is to have a nice even extraction where the grounds lay on the sidewall. I know a lot of people are into the flatbed thing. I've tried it and it's good. I'm just impatient and I want my coffee now. So if I'm going for something to get all the nuance and detail, then for sure we'll get a little bit deeper into those sort of things. But for your basic everyday brew, we're gonna go ahead and pour water in there. You may be wondering how much water. I'm about 450 grams in here, or right around 14-15 ounces for our water, because we want to have about a 12-ounce cup and it's going to retain some of the water right up there at top. So now we just wait for it to drip through. Smells lovely. I don't want people to sit and stress too much about whether they're getting all little nuances and details of their pour over correctly. When you get to that place, fantastic, enjoy it. It's a passion that's gonna last you a lifetime and cost you a grundle. But for now, most people are gonna be at this level where we're enjoying a cup that's pretty well prepared, consistently anyways, and you know you're getting better coffee than you were before. It beats the crap out of your regular drip maker, and you can enjoy it fresh every time. All right, and when it's done, we can just go ahead and pour it into our to-go cup, because we're going places with this coronavirus, am I right? I just like it because it keeps it warm longer. Cheers, guys.